this is Juan Rodriguez with allyzauto, the consumer ally. This video is going to be all about post-repair inspections. Unfortunately, we have an epidemic in our country about unsafe and improper repairs not following manufacturer's guidelines. And if you get involved in a collision, what is righteously owed to you by your insurance contract is a safe and proper repair following manufacturer's guidelines. But unfortunately, there's a dirty little secret that they don't want you to know. Their preferred shops, they cut corners and they will do everything they can to deceive you from a safe and proper repair. And that is why we recommend for you to get your car post-repair inspected after it's being repaired. If your car got repaired at the insurance recommended shop, you definitely must have a post-repair inspection. Why? Because you probably are driving an unsafe car and your family safety and financial well-being can be jeopardized. Here we have a case of a customer that got steered to go to one of the biggest repair shops here in our town, which is a big dealer, and this is insured by one of the top 5 insurers. He listened to them. He was very friendly and very hassle-free. Unfortunately, when they talk about hassle-free, means if they don't want to hassle you, means you're going to get deceived. And this customer, unfortunately, is paying the consequences of that. But he hired us to be his ally and do a post-repair inspection, and now he's getting a new truck. Let's check it out. So let's start with the little stuff that is not safety related. The paint job. This vehicle was painted and it has hardly no material. The texture of the paint doesn't look good. And how do we test that? By using a paint meter. With this equipment, we're gonna measure the thickness of the paint to ensure that it has enough coats to withstand this crazy Florida weather. So how this meter works? It measures the thickness of the paint job. So let's look. The factory paint job is gonna have consistency all through the vehicle. So as you can see, 6.2, 5.9, 5.9, 5.8. So it's about 6 mils. This panel was factory painted, but it was repaired. It should have at least 3 more mils of thickness in order to withstand the Florida weather. Not only that, the paint job, the orange peel is not the same. Very clearly, an untrained person can tell that this vehicle orange peel, there's something wrong. And I want you to see, you're gonna be very surprised. 4.6. 4.5, 4.7. Here we're at 5.4. So that means whoever painted this truck, he hardly used any materials. And if this texture doesn't match, you got to figure it out how to make it match. The only way is by wet sanding and buffing the orange peel. So that means it will have even less material. Unfortunately, this paint job will not hold up for 10-15 years like it should if it was done correctly. So besides a poor quality paint job that doesn't look good, it's not going to withstand. But the sad thing is, I know the reason why. The direct repair shop, the preferred shop, they're being bullied and rushed to provide this type of work so the insurance company can keep sending them referral work. And that's you who's going to be losing out. Let's move on. So here on the bedside, this vehicle got involved in a collision, got hit on the back, also on the front. It was a 3-car pileup. This bedside was buckled and they did a repair. And as you can tell, the orange peel doesn't match, and unfortunately, it doesn't have enough material to withstand the Florida weather. Not only that, they did a repair because the bed hit the cap and damaged the cap. They refinished the cap side, but unfortunately they cut corners. So now this vehicle has a really rough tape lines and hardly no material, so it's gonna start delaminating and peeling in a matter of months or probably less than a year. But now let's point out the safety and the most alarming stuff. Imagine this was your vehicle, got involved in a collision, you're trusting this huge body shop and this huge insurance company that they have your best interest in hand. Unfortunately, this vehicle had a bent frame. They replaced the frame of the vehicle, and the frame that they use still has damages. And you can tell, clearly tell, by the fitment of the bumper. They use a replica counterfeit part that is not made from GM, and that's why you see the poor fitment on both sides. As you can clearly see, the gaps are not consistent in both sides, from the driver to the passenger side, especially in this area here. And if you see how it's pushed in to the side here on the passenger side, you can clearly see how the bumper is pushed to the right side. It doesn't fit correctly. So that means this vehicle still has prior accident damage that wasn't corrected. Probably where the bumper mounts are. We measured the frame. We noticed the frame still damaged and it's not back to factory specs. And that's alarming because that's safety. And the bedside was buckled. Unfortunately, you still see how they beat it up to get the buckles out, but the damage is still there. Yeah, if you see all the, it looked like they used a hammer or 2x4 to just beat it down, and you see all the imperfections where it was buckled. This vehicle needed a new bed, and they should have replaced it with a brand new bed, brand new frame, brand new front bumper, original brand new from GM. But this is not the most important part, guys. This vehicle, when you replace the frame, there's a whole lot of one-time use hardware that needs to be discarded and used brand new from the dealer. And they unfortunately didn't invest $1 in brand new hardware. And not only that, but it's the most alarming, GM has very clearly in their repair procedures, you need to do inspections after a collision. And one of them is taking the steering column out, measuring it, because it's a collapsible steering column, to prevent you from breaking your ribs and save your life in a subsequent accident. Customer is complaining that he's having issues with the steering column. And to my surprise, they didn't do the inspection. So probably the steering wheel is collapsed and they didn't address it. Not only that, this vehicle is equipped with impact sensors on the front of the vehicle. According to the GM repair guidelines, if the car gets involved in a front-end collision, those sensors have to be replaced. And they were not even touched. That's alarming because this could be your family member driving this vehicle, getting a subsequent accident. That airbag will not deploy in the right timing because it has a bad frame, parts that are not made from the manufacturer, and the airbag timing could be off. And your family member could be the one losing their lives. You got involved in an accident, it wasn't your fault, and you're trusting these huge insurance companies and this big dealer body shop that they refer them to you. And you think they have your best interest. But this is what you end up getting. This is the epidemic that is happening all over the nation. Here at Allyz Auto, we want to expose the truth because at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to live with the consequences, and those guys are just going to laugh their way to the bank with your hard-earned money. This vehicle has a huge diminished value because it was very poorly repaired. And not only that, it's unsafe. That's why this vehicle owner is getting a brand new vehicle after our help that we expose everything on this post-repair inspection. If you've been involved in an accident, you have the right to choose the shop of your choice. Don't let your insurance company bully you to go to one of their shops. Hassle-free means you're going to end up losing money and you're probably going to be driving an unsafe vehicle. Choose wisely. Not all body shops are the same. Choose Allyz. If you got involved in an accident and you want to have your car post-repair inspected, give us a call because you have the right to do that and we will help you. Give us a call or check us out on our website or on the social media outlets. This is Juan. Have a great day.